#1 greatest catch of all time, David Tyree's helmet catch.
The #1 catch of all time has to be David Tyree.
And it is caught.
Oh my God, is this gonna be a Tyree thing? Because I'm gonna leave.
Tyree's #1, that was more luck than skill.
How in the world did he do that?
The ball stuck to his helmet and he caught it with 2 guys around him.
Tyree had Harrison all over him. The ball was on his helmet.
Greatest happenstance of all time, like greatest happy accident of all time.
All it did was extend the drive.
Inside the 25 and a timeout taken.
There's a lot of crap that had to happen after that.
Plaxico caught the winning touchdown.
Manning lobs it. Burns alone. Touchdown, New York.
The Tyree catch has got to be #1 because we've now been through 100 years of the NFL, and there's never, ever, 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 ever been a catch where a guy sandwiched it to his helmet. Never happened. Probably will never happen again.
I remember watching that play unfold on the field, and you thought a million times the play was over. You know, there were 4 or 5 points in time. You're like, okay, it's over here, and then it was the longest play ever.
That's a great catch by David Tyree.
There's the snap, there's the in the grasp, there's the great escape.
Manning stays on his feet.
There's the balloon throw.
Airs it out down the field.
There's the catch.
It is caught by Tyree.
Look, the most remarkable thing about the Tyree catch wasn't pinning it to his helmet. It was keeping it pinned when he hit the ground.
Pressing it against his helmet as he goes to the ground and not dropping it.
He hits the ground, and that ball by every right, should have gone squirting out.
David Tyree went up and somehow was able to make the catch.
It's Shakespearean.
David Tyree got lucky.
I am still flabbergasted.
There's a little bit of luck to it. Look, he held the ball against his helmet, okay? He made that work.
I think just as far as a catch goes, I think Jermaine Kearse's catch is better than David Tyree. It was tougher. It happened deeper on the field.
One tip ball that falls on the ground to somebody who's lying on his back.
It's just that they didn't win the Super Bowl after that.
It's a fluky play, a great play, but it shouldn't be held up there with the skill that Santonio Holmes displayed.
It belongs in the top 3. It's not as good as Dwight Clark.
If you pin a ball to your helmet and it comes within 3 centimeters of hitting the ground, that's the greatest catch of all time. Oh, and it decides the Super Bowl? Yeah, it's the greatest catch.
David Tyree is one of those guys who you're like, who?
David Tyree just made the biggest catch of his life.
That's the only thing that we could ever possibly remember him for. He doesn't have a lifetime of stats, very much a no-name receiver.
Who else would expect David Tyree to come out here and have a game like that?
When David Tyree makes that catch, I turn to my brother and I say, I guarantee you, David Tyree will never play in another football game again.
David Tyree did play in another game, but he would never make another catch in his NFL career.
I think it endears people to calling that #1 because it wasn't Randy Moss, it wasn't Jerry Rice, it was a guy who was nervous to make the team every year.
David Tyree can walk to the rest of his life knowing that on that one day, at that one moment in time, he did something that is immortal.
That right there is the ultimate mic drop.